This is a new day to try to get right. This is a new day to get on track. Yeah, that's life in football. This is a new day to live your life. This is a new day to try to get right. This is a new day to get on track. Yeah, that's life in football. It's life in football. We are life in football.
You are now listening to the Life in Football podcast. Check out the new website, lifeinfootball.com. Once again, the website is lifeinfootball.com. Thanks for listening.
Welcome to the Life in Football podcast, baby. I'm your host, Mike Feed.
And this your coach, Colin Moore. You know we loving life and enjoying football.
Top-notch ballers all around the world. Top-notch ballers all around the world. Today, we have Mr. Willie Lampkin on. He's a top-notch offensive lineman playing for Coastal Carolina, baby. Coming straight out of Lakeland, Florida. He played for them Dreadnaughts. And then once upon a time, he had a teammate who was up there close in the Carolinas with him by the name of Mr. Bowman, who's now down at Florida. But today we talking about an explosive offensive lineman, and he played at a true freshman, y'all. He did his thing, and I gotta give my hats off to him because I saw a little film on him, and he a dog, and he'll put that nose right in them shoulder pads, and he gonna drive you to the dirt, baby. And that's what I like to see from any offensive lineman. And I'm going to go ahead and just stop talking, quit running my mouth, and let the king of the dirty side come on. C-Mo, bring him on.
Hey, how you doing, Willie?
Doing good.
Hey, man, it's great to have you on. I'm going to go and get right in it. Listen, so as I was checking you out, I seen you dominating all season long, but it brought me back to it. I don't know if too many people know that you was number one in the state and probably almost number one in probably everybody's board across the board in the country because you was out there slamming boys all across the ground in wrestling. So do anybody know that you was out there just giving it to them in wrestling and football?
Yeah, I think they do because I really had a big wrestling background throughout high school, and I really like wrestling. That's my favorite sport. So
now, go ahead.
I feel like everybody know I wrestle, like coaches, people. Like I was kind of known for wrestling in Florida all through high school.
Do you think that's what gave you the edge in playing O-line in college?
Yes, sir. I think it does because like it gives me that extra like push. Like when I want to give up, it just gives me that extra push to work harder. And like say for example, like when I block, it helps me like with my leverage and my balance to keep my feet.
Now, with that being said, I want to know for us, where did all of this come from? Like, want to have an interest in wrestling in the game of football? Like who growing up, who inspired that in you?
It wasn't really like inspired. Like I never really was inspired to wrestle. It was like I just needed something extra to do after school was over and football season was up. Because I wasn't originally at Lakeland. I went to Mulberry High School, and that's where I had started wrestling at. So I just felt like I needed something extra to do after school. So I just got into it with a few of my football teammates, and we just all started wrestling. But I was the only one to finish wrestling.
And see, that's good, man, because it's almost like a defensive back or running back, receiver. I would suggest to any player to, for us with that, have something else to do. Like with them, I would say run track. And that's good for you too, like for us, not just track, not running track, but the wrestling thing, because it's going to keep you in shape. It's a lot of moving parts, and it's almost just like you playing. Hey, believe it or not, a lot of people won't believe this. Wrestling just like playing offensive line. You got to have your leverage. You got to make sure you got body control, and manipulating the other person. So talk about how that really helped you too, like kind of how Seymour put the people up on game, man, like really like how you implement from your blocking to use it for as football too from the wrestling.
I say like having my hands inside, that helps a lot, and like keeping my foot like in place, taking the right angles, and like moving somebody against their will. That's like how I see it. That's how it really helps. Like that's like football equals wrestling, kinda moving somebody against their will.
Now, Willie, with you choosing Coastal Carolina, and then you guys having an amazing season y'all did, like how did that feel? And I know you got a lot of love from the hometown. Like, Willie, man, he's out there starting, he's balling, and he went from Lakeland and they ball, and now he at Coastal Carolina and they ball. So like, how does that feel?
It felt good. Like it was kind of like weird because like it just felt so like surreal. Like it was a good feeling. Like I got so many text messages when I had after every game, I got probably like close to like 50 text messages, and like every Saturday, like everybody just blowing my phone up. It was crazy. And then especially after the BYU game, that game was crazy. That's when I knew. That's when I knew like Coastal was like we was really like it was really real.
Now, I do want to know, when did you figure it out? Like, man, I can actually play college ball and I can actually start. Like, when did that hit you? Like, when did you like, ooh, this is my time, I'm finna show it?
I feel like BYU game. That's the game I knew I could play against anybody. That's the game I knew I was a baller. I could play.
Now let's get to the nitty gritty. I want to know. Give us the details too, man. How did you end up picking Coastal Carolina to play at in the first place?
Well, I went to the official visit with my mom, and like I liked the atmosphere, and I knew it was a good team, and I wanted to be a part of the team as soon as I even touched down at Coastal. Like I say, like the first hour I was at Coastal, I just liked the environment. I liked the coaches, how they treat me, and like it was like a family. Like it was like a family. And like soon after the game, I committed. Like I think the next day on the visit, I had committed the next day.
So was there any other schools involved that you was looking at that you would probably kind of consider going to, or had a close second?
To be honest, like I had like a top 5, top 7, but like I was thinking about going to Bowling Green, but like no coaches really. They wanted me, but they wouldn't like let me take an official. But like Coastal let me take an official early in the season. I had Bowling Green. I wanted to go to USF, but they had put my offer. Southern Miss. I tried to go to Southern Miss. I went to their camp at the university. Some other schools, but I thought Coastal would be a good place for me.
So now you're saying Coastal was a good place. Now, just looking at it from the outside looking in, I'm pretty sure, like when you was going there, and I know you already knew about Bowman postman going to Clemson. Like, what was y'all conversations about? Like, with you going to Coastal and gonna be in the area, in the Carolinas, and him going to Clemson. What was y'all conversations before y'all went to these certain places, or when he knew you was going to Coastal? Like, what y'all conversations were like? Because I know he left early.
Well, we really didn't have a conversation really. Like, I talked to him a little bit about him going to Clemson and stuff like that, and I'm going to Coastal, but it wasn't really like a conversation. It was just like a quick like talk. But it's like I had my goals, he had his goals, and that's really it.
Now let's look at this now. You're a young baller, you out here playing ball, You at Coastal Carolina, just like you and Simo were talking about earlier. And y'all season took off like a skyrocket, man. I'm talking about, ooh-wee. ESPN showing love. Y'all knocking teams out left and right. So you in the midst of the season, give me how it was for you, like during the season, like how going far as winning. And please let me know this, because I played my first game against Troy, like my first big college game. Yeah. And I remember, I always tell everybody, it felt like I was dreaming. So I want to know two things from you, like how it was during y'all successful season and how it was for your first game when you went out there.
My first game, I say that first because we played Kansas. My first game, it felt like, it was like, wow, like I'm really playing football. Like I'm from Plant City. It's like nobody really make it out of Plant City really. So I was like, it's just like, so I gotta make this moment. Like I gotta make it happen. So I just went out there and I just played. I gave it my all. Like, because I knew I had to. Like, what I think about, like, when I play is, if I don't make it happen right now, it won't happen in the future. So I gotta make it. I gotta make it happen. I gotta give it my all right now.
So if you can, man, give the people your background, how it was for you growing up, and like for us, who helped you to become the person that you are today?
I say my mom, she played a big part in it. My coaches, like my Little League coaches, my coach Caleb Pittroy, played a big part of me succeeding going to college. My wrestling coaches, Winston Fan, Chad Kirkman, Michael Farley. There's so many names that help me. Like I won't name some of them because it's like a lot of names. So like my mom, my sister, all my family helped me. They believed in me. My grandpa, everybody, like all my family members, stuff like that. It's just so many people that helped me. But like I want to give thanks to God, because without God, it'll be like I wouldn't be here right now. That's what really helped me the most, though. God.
Hey man, I love everything I just heard from this young man. Y'all be looking out for him in the future. Like let the people know what number they could be looking out for, because I know sometimes y'all offensive linemen, y'all like to play like y'all DBs and cornerbacks. So will you be wearing the same number? Let them know your college number and what's your plans for the future.
My number 57. I play for Coastal. My plans for the future is to just be the best version of me and to keep dominating and get better every single day.
Y'all heard it right here, man. That's Mr. Willie Lampkin, the top-notch baller, offensive lineman, coming straight out of L-Town, baby, Polk County representative. And I'm going to tell y'all one thing. You better keep him in your sights, because this young man, he's strong, he's quick, he's athletic. Y'all heard his background of wrestling, and I'm letting y'all know right now, this guy got a possibility of being one of the best offensive linemen in Coastal Carolina history. And I'm saying it right here, and I ain't taking it back. And I'm going to leave y'all how I always leave y'all. Keep your head up and not down, or else you'll fall to the ground. This is the Life in Football Podcast. Catch you next time.
You are now listening to the Life in Football Podcast. Check out the new website, lifeinfootball.com. Once again, the website is lifeinfootball.com. Thanks for listening.
This is a new day to try to get right. This is a new day to get on track. Yeah, that's life in football. This is a new day to live your life. This is a new day to try to get right. This is a new day to get on track. Yeah, that's life in football. It's life in football. We are life in football.